So now we go into quali mode. Whole different deal.
Is now open.
2 practice sessions yesterday. Brock Feeney was the man of the moment, and nice recovery after New Zealand. BP Ultimate Pit Lane now officially open, and well, the fog has cleared ideally for us. Richie Stanaway on screen in the Newlon entry out of turn 7, where we saw a bunch of people yesterday do exactly that, just dropping off the right rear and bringing up the dirt on the exit of the turn. Golding to position 2 was strong here last year, and that is just barely. Is he going to save it? He's glanced the wall in the snap-on entry, Cooper Murray, and that is a big, big escape from what could have been a catastrophic end to lob in the middle of all the traffic there. That's how slippery and dewy that grass is.
We made the point just a minute ago, and that's exactly what caught young Cooper out. And he did a really impressive job yesterday. He missed all of practice 1. Look at this.
Debris on the front straight.
As soon as he makes the grass, completely no control, bumps the Armco on the right, goes across the track, back onto the grass, and then back through onto the track coming out of turn 2. And red flag has been called.
Stecky's got some traffic to deal with here in Chaz Mostert. Not ideal when you're qualifying to be that close to another car. That's an awkward situation for both those drivers. And Mostert's got the tail wagging through the exit of turn 7. So Feeney's peeled out of it. He's come into the lane from Golding, from Kostecki, who completed the lap that we were watching that got him up to 3rd despite the traffic on his nose. Golding, though, is flying out there at the moment in the final sector of this lap. He's on target to potentially get to the top. He only just crept it through to the left-hander and got round the other side. And it looks like Matty Payne's in strife there as well. And Golding to the top with a brilliant time of a 50.7. That's speedy.
And Bryce forward at the same time, a 50.77. This is going to go mad in the last minute here. James Courtney up to 3rd. Feeney in there. Hill, Kostecki, Evans, great job. Will Brown, Stanaway and LeBrock. Now Waters is 16th. Mostert is 19th. So a couple of the championship contenders a long way down. Will Brown goes to 2.
Brown's just jumped up and grabbed a lap when it mattered. We're approaching now 30 seconds in this session. So Golding, Brown, forward, Courtney, Waters, Feeney, Wood, Randall, Hill, Kostecki, who was right in the mix of it, is on the bubble now. Remembering this is a progression session. You've got to get into the next portion of qualifying in order to be able to be in the game to earn a pole position.
This is a good lap. This is a really good lap. Evans comes up 7 spots to 4th. Well done.
Remember that Forward had a podium here last year, so this was a continuation of form. Golding from Brown, from Forward, from Evans. It's a mixed bag at the moment of those that are progressing, but there are some big names, Mark, that are outside the top 10 at the moment, including Kostecki, including Mostert.
Check a flag.
Flag is out. Laps to be completed. 50.7 is the target number. It's 2/100ths of a second. Golding over Brown from Forward, then Evans, then Courtney. James Courtney's done a remarkable job in the Snowy River Caravans entry to be well in the mix. And this is not done yet as they complete their laps, and Kostecki actually gets himself back into the game. That's critical, up into position number 6. Key that he did that after he'd already cycled through the best of those tyres.
Exactly, great lap by Brodie to do that time. Have a look at the man that won the last round at Taupo. Matt Payne is 24th. He's last at the moment. On this lap, we're just looking at his numbers. This is going to improve, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough to get him up there, and it's not.
Morning to you, Larko.
Yeah.
All right, we're looking forward now to this next portion of qualifying, because this is where we determine our pole sitter now for our first race coming up this afternoon.
Open pit exit, please.
It'll be a little less congested out there, and that'll be a welcome relief for the competitors. They can find a bit more space. Let's get to Chad. So you need to be able to look in all directions here, because 10 cars are going to get stuck into it hard and fast. Jamie Whincup watching his 2 operators out there, and straight away, just a little bobble. Feeney, Brown, Forward, Waters, Randall, Evans, Courtney. They've all got numbers on the board. Golding, Kostecki and Wood yet to score. They're all trying to get a feel for what level of grip security they've got underneath them at the moment.
And they've all basically aborted their first lap. They've all stopped, and now they're all together.
And there are a couple of cars that didn't look stable at all through turn 2. Sam Potter, we saw Peter Gibris in the background there. Sam is the engineer for Cam Waters. They got on the podium in the first race in New Zealand, and then they had some tech gremlins in races 2 and 3 over there, but he still managed to hang on to second in the championship. So now they are out of time. There's just over a minute remaining. This has to be the lap. So nobody was prepared to have a crack early until they felt like the temps and pressures were well up. So are these guys going to be able to stitch together perfection for 2,410 metres of this racetrack? Jumping on board here with Waters, and this is 235 kilometres an hour. How deep does he get in here under brakes? Stands the Mustang on its nose, feeds it first gear, runs 3/4 of the way up the bowl, and we've got a car turned around, and I think, is that Wood on the high shot? It's a bit hard to pick. Yep. But we've got, I think, Golding pointing in the wrong direction. We've got Kostecki going very fast out there at the moment. So Brodie stitched together a brilliant first sector.
But he got caught in that drama.
We've got less than 30 seconds remaining. What a bizarre session. So the number stands for Feeney at the moment on a 50.7. Randall has done a 50.7 as well. Waters has done a 50.7. There's only 4 100s in it.
Kostecki hit Wood.
Right.
So that was the drama down there. So Brodie got caught. He had the fastest first sector, but when that sector number is actually attached to it, it's in the braking area. So he ended up running into Ryan Wood. That's why he was backed up.
Now, Golding, I believe, made it to the line before the flag got out, so he'll get his lap completed here.
Oh, right. I didn't spot that.
No, and I missed looking in the wrong direction, missed whatever went on. Who was that?
Whoever that was Golding disappearing down. He was off the road. He was doing 20k too fast.
He's on his way to Hobart down there. So there's been the incident noted up in race control between Wood and Kostecki. We'll unpack more of that as the flag is out. The job's done, and Randall punches a 6. He's done a 50.69, backing up on the pole that he had last year. Is there any more to give here from this field as we go through the dying moments to sort out the grid for race number 11? And Thomas Randall, I think, has clinched his first Boost Mobile pole of 2025.
Great
Chris
job.
Stuckey, his engineer, and that's a big response.
Yeah, boy! Come on, Dick, mate, go the horn! Go the horn!
So we've got Randall from Feeney, from Waters, from Brown, from Kostecki, Fullwood, Evans, Wood, Courtney and Golding, and stories everywhere to unpack. That's your graphic. But the real story here is what on earth went on down at the hairpin. And you were observing prior to the back end of this session, wow, they're leaving it late and it's going to be congested. And we ended up having trauma at the back end of it. So the team in the pit lane are going to jump all over this. There'll be some interesting tales to tell. And remembering in the early part of qualifying, we resolved our positions 11 through 24 in the two-part quali. But as is always the case at this racetrack, it's short, sharp and fast. It's packed with drama. We've got more qualifying to come, remember, because we're now going to go through a process after a break of determining how we get through qualifying for the second sprint race that you're going to see later on today. We've got a bit of reporting to do in between times, certainly. So we'll put the pencil over the ear and get stuck into that one.
Teams, stewards have imposed a 4 grid spot penalty to car 38 for race 11 for driving infringement.
All right, JT, James Taylor, race director for Motorsport Australia, advising us that Brodie's been given a whack by the umpire. So we need to understand exactly what has gone on there.
This is it, on board now. Check this out. Back to first slot and bang. Turns him around. And that's the 4 grid spot penalty. That's an absolutely appropriate thing for the concluding part of Boost Mobile qualifying. Turns Ryan around, wrecks his lap. It actually wrecked Brodie's lap too.
Where the temperature's rising out there at the moment, Jess, it's a little bit warmer once again, so conditions just that little bit different. But the big story about this session is they are on a completely different tyre, different characteristic, and it's proven to be a very good tyre so far in 2025.
Oh, missed the corner. So again, they're not up to go. They're not right yet. So he will get back to his 50-odd seconds. So fortunately, with that mistake, they'll just get back. He won't want to slow down by much.
Inside 1 minute in this session, cars 19 and 10. Matt Payne and Nick Percat, turn 6 incident noted by race control for a discussion between sessions. Feeney at the moment at the top of the tree, but the real focus is what happens from position 11 and beyond. Is there anybody in the top 10 that's going to get pushed out? Is there anybody from 11 to 24 that's going to get in with 30 remaining?
Big names. So Kostecki currently 16th. Matty Payne is 24th from the previous qualifying. He's 17th. And now we're going to see the business end of this. There's 12 seconds remaining. Have a look for the cars that get over the line here. Percat goes to the top of the 50.9. Macaulay Jones at 50.89. Fastest up right, Golding 50.75.
Pit exit is now closed.
LeBrock, Mostert comes up. LeBrock comes up 17 spots to third. Mostert now from way outside of the 10 comes up to 5th. So who else now? Brock Feeney and Will Brown are 8th and 9th, Neil.
Hi, Alan. Matt Payne are down in 17 and 18 at the moment. De Pasquale's in 19th position. Will Davison's at the tail of the group. So the flag is flying. You can see on your graphic top left of screen, this is about completing the lap you're on, and that's job done. Golding at the top at the moment on a 50.7. Again, underscores the performance of the soft tyres. Strong. Feeney to second. Waters to third. Big shuffle of the order here. Randall to fourth. Forward gets into the 10. Outside the 10 at the moment is Brown. He's in the lane. He's done. The championship leader is not going to be in the progress group.
And he pitted. He didn't complete that lap, Neil. So I don't get that. I'm not understanding what happened there. We'll follow that one up for you. But he's 13th, but he didn't complete the lap that he was behind with Feeney. And Feeney went up to P2, Brown down to P13. Macaulay Jones, excellent job there to be 5th.
Yeah, when the pressures are down and you clobber those curbs around here, then I think that's the culprit, and we will be watching that very carefully. So we're about to see the clock tick us into the final portion of qualifying here for the 12th race of the sequence, our second that's coming up later in the broadcast today.
Now he's in behind Cam Waters, and Percat's probably getting a little bit of benefit also there from Feeney. Nice braking there by Brock Feeney, got the car perfectly straight, took all the steering lock out of it, stopped the car, was absolutely 100% precise with the turn-in point, made the apex beautifully, and has now gone to the top with a 50.89. That was a nice execution at turn 6.
50.8's a good number, isn't it? 7/100ths of a second over Thomas Randall as we pick up on Reynolds into turn 6 now. Jones in the lane, Feeney, Randall, Golding, forward, Percat, Reynolds, Waters, Evans, LeBrock, they're active on the racetrack at the moment. Let's see what Davies' lap looks like when he gets to the timing monitor here. And it was a 51.1 for him. Cam Waters. It's funny how we describe this as a backstraight because it very certainly isn't. They're in 6th gear through this right-hander and the cars move around a lot here. He may be getting a little bit of a benefit from the preceding car on the run up the back straight. Randall's gone really quick in the first sector. This could put him to the top on current estimate. Feeney's been faster in the mid-sector, so Feeney's got the 50.8 against his name so far, and it ended up being a 51 flat there for Thomas Randall in the second portion of the lap.
Nice job, Brock Feeney. Gone slightly faster again. 50.83, perfectly done. Macaulay Jones has ended up staying here in 4th spot. That's a really good job with a 51.06. So Feeney from Randall, Golding again, very fast at this location. Macaulay Jones is in the pit. He's given it up. He's got the white flag out. Earl Evans there, one of the owners, going around checking hands, marked up. And off the road again, Randall off the road so far that he's actually caught himself in this now.
Oh.
It's all over.
Yeah, it's buried.
Yeah, it's Gonski.
That's frustrating. Easily done up there. We saw a bunch of people doing it yesterday. So for Brock Feeney, that is Boost Mobile pole position number 5 for him for 2025. Beautiful job, but noteworthy performance here from Macaulay Jones. Career best qualifying for him in supercars in position number 4 in the Pizza Hut entry, and his teammate Bryce Fullwood tucked in behind. Let's see what happened here with Thomas Randall. And he's just outbraked himself here and not been able to pull it up. And that's got to be a different one because we saw him well buried in the gravel.
And Jack LeBrock ended up going off with him in the tyre power entry on the right-hand side of where he was. Now, what did he do here?
He's driven
it in there.
Right. Or has he?
No.
Whatever it is, it's awkward. Let's check out the results for you. Feeney over Randall. Thomas parked in a weird spot up there in the gravel at the moment, scratching his head from James Golding. Macaulay Jones, the outstanding performance there up on the second row of the group from his teammate Bryce Fullwood. Percat, nice job in recovery from David Reynolds, will be pleased to be in the sharper end of the field. Waters and Jackson Evans, 3 of the Bray Jones racing cars in the top 10, followed by Jack LeBrock, and remembering that everybody else from 11 through 24 got resolved in the earlier part of qualifying.